recording now?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay. But I don't know how to do it visually. Oh, this is a whole new visual medium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can still just talk, and it's the same as just a recording, but people can see us.
I would say, this is what it would be like if we had graphics, if we had the ability to do graphics, which I know neither of us can provide, but I would be like Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud and David Lauer, and it would be our pictures and shit, and then the letters would like explode and fire, and then we'd have our own theme song and shit, and
like
then
Tenacious D style.
Yes, and then it would swipe to the left, the screen, and then it would cut to us in some sort of living room apartment scenario. Right?
It's great, but we don't have those capabilities. We're bare bones.
Oh, so that's it. That's the opening. I don't know how to say this visually, but
you just act like there's no camera. You don't.
It seems so. I'm just so aware of what's going on right over there. Oh my god! Look, hold on.
Oh man, you're gonna have to do that like 8 times.
Yeah.
And why did you turn off that screensaver? Because you don't know how.
I don't know how. All right, this is visual right now. You know, for the most part, for every single part, we've been strictly. I was gonna say oral. Yeah, oral.
Why is it so wrong? God damn you, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton ruined the word oral. Now you can't do an oral presentation without sounding somewhat dirty.
Everyone's felt the pinch since 96? When did that happen?
98.
98?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was happening in 96, but it didn't leak until 98.
Oh, so to speak. It didn't leak.
Why is that word gross, too?
It's Bill Clinton's fault again. He ruined everything sexual.
Is this where we're like overly politically correct? Did Bill Clinton just fuck all of this up? Because before that we had like the old George Bush. He was just an old fart.
Yeah.
And then we had Reagan. He was just an old fart.
Until Bill Clinton came in with his sexy ass saxophone, right?
Yeah, he started hitting on the interns.
Yeah, man.
Like he went too far. Like in the 90s, like everyone's just pushing it too far, and we're just like, yeah, this is awesome. And then we suddenly just like recoiled as a society, and we're like, no more. We're afraid, which sucks because you know what? We should do whatever.
We should feel free to fucking get blown under a desk, or no, you're at a desk, but underneath you're getting blown. You have the freedom to do that. Or, if you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. You're under the desk.
Oh, I went that way, though.
I'm trying to be all-inclusive like I am on the podcast, but I'm like, how does that look visually? Does anyone want to see that? All right, you know what? Let's carry on. This is a podcast, but we just happen to be recording it visually, and this is very, very weird for me personally. But let's get through it.
Oh, so we're actually this.
Oh my god! I was about to jump into it. I was going to start the show, and it was going to be beautiful, but you ruined it.
I didn't know we're including any of that. I was just talking.
Oh my god!
Okay, let's continue.
Jesus Christ. You ever take a shit really quick and it like tears you apart? Like, I was about to fucking dive into the show and you're just like, blah, blah. I'm like, ah.
Well, that's what I do. You're about to say like a meaningful thought, and then I cut you off, and I start talking, and then you're like, God damn it, Dave, I was reaching for brilliance there, and you swatted it down.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, this show is now totally started. Wait a minute. No, I already said Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud.
Hardcore Dave.
Hardcore Dave.
I forgot my line. I don't have a script.
This is the challenge. Champs versus Stars pre-show. Champs versus Stars. So this used to be called Champs versus Pros. That's now changed. We'll get into that later. But no, let's get into it now. It's not pros, it's stars. And everything is affected. Even the champs isn't even real. Even the champs should have quotes on them, right?
Yeah, because these champs aren't technically all champs, and the stars are borderline stars.
Yes, let's look into
they
the
are
picture
pros,
that
though, so I feel like they should have
production.
stuck with champs versus pros. That would have made more sense.
Still, no, champs doesn't even apply. Because look who's on that, I mean, visually, and now we don't even cut to the picture, but it's Corey.
Yeah, but if you had champs versus pros again, then it would still just be half wrong rather than being totally wrong. So it's like, it's kind of a compromise.
Well, wait. No, they're still going against pros. They are professionally paid to rap.
Yeah.
Play volleyball and shit. So it's still pros.
Exactly.
Why go with stars then at all, really? They
Stars and bars, man. It's all about America.
Oh my God, yeah. It's coming
Red,
up.
white, and blue.
South shall rise again, Hunter. Join us. Shit like that. No, okay, so yeah. We differ on the title. Is that what we're getting at?
Sure. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, but
we're just picking fun at it.
You know what else is different? This is going to be an 8-week event. Translates to 8 episodes. Champs versus Pros was 6 episodes, 6-week event. Now.
No, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you meant like filming wise. Because Champs versus Pros was filmed in 1 week. Is this one? It's probably.
No. Is that what that. No, I don't think that. No. I feel like it's going to premiere over 8 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what. Yes. Oh,
okay.
God. You made me think. Like, this is a real season? We're going to see Michelle Watterson for that much longer? Holy shit.
No. All I'm saying is that, like, even though it's going to be 8 weeks on TV, it'll still. They filmed it in 8 days or 10 days. You know.
Yes. Okay.
Because
Well.
We gotta tighten the budget here.
What I'm getting at is that this is going to be 8 episodes long. And you dismissed the previous season a bit, and so did other people. Mostly other people said that it wasn't an official season because it was only 6 episodes long. Now, this is going to be 8 episodes long. You know what else was 8 episodes long in the challenge, which is considered canon? Do you know?
The Island?
Yes. The Island.
Oh, wow.
Love it or hate it. A lot of people are like, well, sometimes you got to watch The Island because that's the roots, the seed, the origin story of Bananas. That's his coming out party. That's, that's where he truly establishes himself as a fucking asshole.
It's true.
Yes. I was like, well, the moment
so
was
all
coming,
of this
I'm
was
like,
just you building to say, John Bananas is an asshole. All right.
I went like this. I'm like, I don't hate him. But visually, I'm like, I have to tell the story that I'm angry. It's weird. I feel like this is bad because I'm not going to use my words anymore. I'm going to be like, huh? And like make faces and shit to like, grab attention and soak up the attention.
I need to always have the drink in my hand so when you say something weird, I can just be like...
You make it a drinking game? All right, well,
no, I'm just going to stare off and slowly drink.
Meanwhile, you kill our listeners if they play along with you. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are under 21. They've never had a drink in their fucking life, and you're going to kill them.
They're like little Christians who have never done anything wrong before.
Yeah, what is this battle of the Christians? No, this battle of challenges. Let's listen to it. Apparently, our listeners are so young that they spell words. So they're like, "Battle of the Christians, what's that?
What is this YouTube?
Yeah, what?
I don't know what that
wow,
means.
Are they Amish? What is this YouTube? What's a computer? Jesus Christ! All right. Anyways,
good luck keeping up with me.
This should be the same thing. If this is an 8-episode season and The Island was 8 episodes, this should be canon. This should be season 31. We already know what season 31 is going to be. Spoilers. It's called Vendettas.
That's true.
And spoilers again. I kind of hate the fucking title. It doesn't make any sense. If anything, that's like a Rivals ripoff because the whole thing about Vendettas is that I think it's first defined as like a blood feud where like one family hates another family. And then the other one is just like a prolonged, like, I hate this person. I will plot against him for the long run, for the long game. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh my God, the more I think about it. But like, how does that apply as a challenge? Are you given like, say Bananas draws a card and is like, holy shit, Zach is on this card. That means before I get any of my money, I have to make sure this guy's out of the game.
Oh, the only only way you can win is if you eliminated.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, I like that. That's actually brilliant. Vince, I hope this is the way they're doing it, because that would be brilliant.
Wouldn't it?
Because the way I know Vendettas is going to work is there's 2 giant teams, and then you and your person you have your vendetta against is on the other team.
2 giant teams.
Yeah. So maybe the people on your team have to have eliminated their vendetta person.
We haven't had a 2 team in a long time, and when there was, it was Bloodlines. And even that was kind of sort of, yeah, exactly.
It was yeah.
Let's get back to, okay, speaking of 2 teams, this is exactly what this season will be. That's what Champs versus Pros was, and it was a great callback to the challenges of old. You're just like, no, what happens builds the team dynamic. You get to understand who is so quickly going to be thrown into eliminations while the other ones are like, well, we're going to get to the end, okay, because we have the biggest handshake in the house and shit, and we perform stuff like that. So let's get to it. Champs versus Stars, and hosted by, who's the host, Dave?
Was it Victor Cruz?
No,
Victor
no,
Cruz.
he should
former NFL star.
He should be back, but he's not. I'm not saying that it was. I'm not saying he didn't get this season's job because he was bad. I would say he was good. It's just that in comparison, who's more exciting? The Miz, Mike the Miz, Mizanin. What's his last name?
Yeah,
he's coming back. He's going to be a host. He is not only a previous challenger from way back. I'd have to say he'd be on the Mount Rushmore of challenges. 2-time winner, 4-time finalist, 2-0 in eliminations.
And your current WWE Intercontinental Champion.
Is that right?
Mike the Miz Mizanin.
Mike the Miz Mizanin.
We're just going to call him the Miz, alright? Because
yeah,
he is the Miz.
Yeah.
That's what he's known as a wrestler. He's the Miz.
Even on the challenge, he called himself the Miz. That was his alter ego. He was always like, yeah, as Mike, I'd be shy and like whatever, but as the Miz, I'd hit on the women. You know, I'd say this or that to someone I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the Miz for me and shit. I'm like, that's crazy, because in the challenge, Mike, for the most part, for like 99% of the time, was a face. Right? A baby face. A good guy.
A likable person.
Yes. And as soon as he went to the wrestling, he was a heel.
Yeah.
And he was a great heel. He is a great heel, right? He is. It took him a while to find his footing. Unlike his challenge years, where he was like, I'm instantly, this guy's a challenger. As a wrestler, it took him a little bit of time.
Yeah, it probably took him 5 good years before he was good. But now he's probably the best heel there is. Yeah. In my opinion. Like,
well, who else is out there? Who's even a heel anymore? Kevin Owens? Is he a heel?
Yeah, but Kevin Owens is still kind of likable. Like, people are still kind of likable. Mike the Miz, God damn it, why am I calling him Mike? The Miz. The Miz is just so good on WWE because everyone hates him. He makes you hate him by the way he acts. And it's all just acting. He's a brilliant actor with everything he does. He does movies. I've never seen his movies. I would assume they're not brilliant acting performances.
But that's also part of his act. The fact that he thinks he's a fucking A-list celebrity, and when all his movies are just like straight to video, Walmart, dollar bin sort of thing. But that's part of his act. He doesn't care because he's still getting huge pops, huge boos. What is it called? That's not heat. What is it called?
Heat. Yeah.
When you're getting
boos.
Yeah, that's heat?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
The Miz is great. I'm glad that he's going to be the host. Because he's hosted a lot of the reunion shows.
Yes. Yep.
He's done those, and the after shows. He's done a great job on those. Yeah. He's a former challenger himself, so like he's not just like Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz was very good, but like the Miz has the inside knowledge. He understands more of it. I think he's going to offer more, and I think it's going to be a little more entertaining.
This is his roots, man. This is where he got started. And shit.
One would say that the Miz is a star.
Oh my!
He's not just a pro; he's a star.
He's
a superstar, a WWE superstar.
Yes, superstar. That's right. God damn it! All right, well, let's get to the people that are actually competing Mike, he's just he's got the mic. That's all he's got. He's he's just commentating. He's talking, and he's the host. But for competitors, especially in the champs, let's start with the champs. Wes, the good old W. How do you Wes? Yeah, look at we need some. Yeah, Wes. He's named first because he was probably the best thing about Champs vs. Pros the first season. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah.
Are you wrong? No, of course not. You're absolutely right. Wes was the best part about that season because we hadn't seen Wes since what was it, Battle of the Axis 2? No, we saw him in Rivals 3 with Nani.
Yeah,
and that was good.
Yeah,
but to see Wes here, I don't know. It just really brought out his superstarness because he was there with his equal in Bananas. But all the pros that were there, they're just like, this is the smartest player in the game. It's Wes. Wes is he's the best person.
Yeah.
And he really kind of manipulated everything. He ran everything.
Especially Camilla. Remember how he was like Camilla's vote was always his. It always worked his advantage. Anyways, Wes is back. Last scene, not only did he go into 3 eliminations, winning all 3 of them, but he took out his arch rival Johnny Bananas, who was mum afterwards. Johnny Bananas didn't say anything. Remember that? Yeah. And he didn't mention shit this season 30, Dirty 30.
Yeah, he's got no words. He knows that Wes was the better man.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I don't know. I hate Bananas, and the fact that Wes beat him and it was fair and square, it just made me feel warm inside. I loved it.
And then Wes goes on to the final, gets 3rd place, a respectable last.
Okay, I just want to say that, like, Jenna and like other challengers that I've been Leroy, who I've been fans of, you're like, they got 3rd place. It was terrible. And then like, oh, Wes got 3rd place. Yay!
I gotta color it how I need to color it. Okay, but next, Ashley Mitchell. Now, Ashley Mitchell let us all down this season of Dirty 30 because she quit. She left in a huff over lost luggage. Ashley Mitchell.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't her quitting. It was her not having her luggage.
Okay. But
she was forced.
She quit.
Yeah.
She threatened to quit on Champs vs. Pros. Remember that? And to me, at that time, that was beautiful television where she's like going to the vans and the camera's like, oh, God damn it, we got to follow her again.
You know? Yeah, to me, it seemed kind of fake when she was threatening to quit that time.
But this time, did the producers like, no, fuck you, man. Like, you're too expensive.
Well, yeah, they probably just thought she was bluffing. And then she was like, well, you know, you can't just cry wolf over and over. So then she actually did quit to leave, you know, Triple X Dirty 30.
You would think that she's some sort of liability, right? As in, like, why hire her if she's just going to quit? You know what I mean? Because she threatened to quit on Champs vs. Pros. And then she did quit on Dirty 30. Now she's back for Champs vs. Stars.
But it doesn't really make her... Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a liability for this type of show, but it's such a short... They were only taping it, like, over a week and a half.
Yeah. All right.
You know? And for, like, Dirty 30, if she quits, they're like, well, fine. We don't have to pay your weekly paycheck then.
Okay. I just thought that maybe that would have a lasting effect on how the producers see her, but good that they're like, no, bring her back because she's TV gold. The TV, she's
pretty damn good on TV, I think. And
what's
you know
lesser than gold? Silver, right?
Yeah, she's silver.
She's TV silver. That's not a thing.
It should be.
She's TV Emmy. Yeah, there we go. Because you're not
daytime Emmy.
Yeah, daytime Emmy. Yeah, you just beat out a weather man for the award for daytime Emmy. Judy Clark. No, she's not a weatherman. All right. Anyways, okay, you know what? Ashley Mitchell, she's back.
Yeah. What I will say about Ashley is I completely forgot. No, I don't know. What was I gonna say about her?
She's awesome.
Oh,
she is awesome.
What I was gonna say was the fact that she was gone for Dirty 30.
Yeah.
Now she's back. This is kind of a good thing because we all like it. It left us wanting more because we've had so many challengers that come back season after season. Johnny Bananas. And we just get sick of them because they're there every year. And you're just like...
So inadvertently, she gave us a taste. She's like, hey Vince. I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm like, what? And then she walks away. I'm like, oh. All right, see you next year. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Instant spank bank, instant fond memories. You know, that's your fucking summer love right there.
One episode. There and gone. And now she's leaving us wanting more.
She flashed us.
Yeah, basically.
And then it's hard to see her leave, but it's fun to watch her walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just think career-wise, it was probably a smart move.
Is she going to be enhanced again? Last time she won. No, remember she got a thing? She got a thing?
Yeah. What do you think? Her lips are going to be bigger this time?
Oh my god, look at her picture though. They're a little bit poutier than usual, right?
Nah, it's just the look with her face.
Huh?
I think.
Alright.
Not as big as the Misos.
What a tease is what I've got to say. Alright, anything else to add about Ashley? She went into like almost every elimination. Remember that? She volunteered. Cara wouldn't volunteer. Camilla wouldn't volunteer. Veronica, who was it? Ashley K. Ashley Mitchell volunteered every single fucking time. Same with Wes.
She didn't give a shit. It was almost like she was trying to go home on purpose. She's like, I'll just go in. We'll see what happens.
No, to me.
But she would keep winning.
No, to me, being in elimination, that's another time to shine. That's more camera time. You have so much more camera time when you're in elimination. Same thing with Mission, but like to me, that's a Wes move. Wes didn't mind going to eliminations because it's like, give me the camera time.
Well, it's a win-win. You get camera time, but even if you do lose, it's like, hey, I was ballsy enough to say, I'll go in.
Yes, exactly. So, Ashley Mitchell, anything else to say? No?
Nope.
No. CT, he's back. Just champs versus pros considered, he was great. Remember like all the hell he went through defending himself from that NFL guy? What was it?
Sean Merriman?
Yeah, Sean Merriman. Yeah. Just that alone. Remember that? That was a great moment.
No, I really don't remember it. I should.
CT and Wes's friendship. Do you remember that? How they were buddies? It was the weirdest thing you ever saw because you're like, it's not like they were rivals, you know? Rivals 2, winners together. But
yeah,
I felt like
such a long time ago, though.
That win solidified something. And that was one of the best parts of that season. Can we see it again? Do you think they work together again? Do you think there's a little bit of
who are they going to be going against? They'll be going against, well, that's spoiling who else is on the list. But yeah, I definitely think it's conceivable because I feel like they're more like-minded, Wes and CT are, than the other three.
They consider this. They chose each other over Bananas, Jordan, and Darrell. They could easily do the same thing over Bananas, Zach, and Corey, right? Mm-hmm. They got something going on, especially considering these special little challenges that are happening. By the way, I just have to say, we're having so many seasons, even though this season 30 is stretched out and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? There's over how many episodes now? 14, 15 episodes? And it still hasn't finished yet? MTV is just the go-to place for challenges now. The challenge and MTV are going to be synonymous soon. Just you wait. It's going to be Survivor. It's going to be, that thing. You know?
Well, you've said for a long time how the ratings are doing so bad, but it seems like
it doesn't.
They're doing well compared to their other shows, and MTV's really like pushing them as much as they can. Like we're getting back-to-back seasons, and it's just like it's great as a challenge fan because it's like there's always something coming up. Yeah. You used to have like 4, 5, 6 months where you just be like, I hope they're going to do another season. What do you think it'll be? Will it be canceled? Is it even going to come back? Like, we don't know. But now it's just like, you're constantly hearing about, like, we're watching this season. We have Champs versus Stars coming up. We have Vendettas coming up. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. What's a Vendetta, by the way? Hopefully it's what I thought of. That'd be great.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah, oh my God, yes.
I think Natalie Portman's going to show up and shave her head.
Produced by the Wachowskis. Not the brothers. They're just the Wachowskis now. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Say it. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
Well, they were brothers, but then one of them decided not to be a brother anymore. He decided to be a sister. I don't know. There was a sex change involved.
She changed race too? He wanted to be a sister?
No, a sister.
Oh, okay. I was like, he went
Did I say
blackface too? So he cut off his genitalia and formed it into something else, and then went blackface? That is in poor taste. I would hate to see a video of such a thing being brought up at all.
You can transition from male to female and not have had anything cut off. Surgery is not implied. All right, don't be judgmental.
I have been judgmental, and I hereby apologize. Here's to all those, all those, man. All
dilly
those.
dilly.
Yeah. What's in this, by the way? It's making me say things I don't want to say, Dave. What'd you put in this, man?
A little bit of
that's establishing. Not motive, but it's definitely establishing some sort of clues in the case. Where I'm like, when they're like, oh yeah, cause, yes, yeah. All that awful shit, I'm just gonna blame on. Like, what was in this drink, Dave?
Just some Quaaludes and roofies.
Help, there's Quaaludes in here. Help!
So much putting it down my throat.
All right. Let's fucking record some more.
I'm drinking the same thing. I feel perfectly fine.
Anyways, CT is back. That's fine. You know who else is back? God damn it, Bananas.
Yeah, it's Johnny Bananas. Just like I was saying with Ashley M. It's nice that she kind of took a year off, so that way we don't get sick of her.
Yeah.
Johnny Bananas. We've been getting sick of Johnny Bananas. Although, when was the last time he was gone? Free Agents in like 2012.
No, he was. Not only was he at Free Agents, he won Free Agents.
Or no, I said Free Agent. I meant Battle of the Seasons.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, that was the last time. It's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's there, and in that 5 years, they've probably done 7 or 8 challenges.
Champs versus Pros only had Bananas for 2 episodes.
It was nice.
We can only hope. But right now, Bananas is. I mean, it's. Oh God, this is spoiler shit. But like, Bananas is in Redemption House, right?
Yeah, he's in the Redemption House.
Yeah. I don't know, and the season's still going on, so we don't know. He could come out of it, you know. But he's not
gonna have to be Jordan, Leroy, CT,
Dario.
And Dario. Yeah. Gosh, that Redemption House right now is stacked on the guy's side.
Yeah. Next, Emily, who is a rightful champion. Like last season, we didn't get Laurel. We still don't get Laurel, but we get Emily, right?
Emily is amazing. She's one of the best challengers we've ever had. If you haven't seen a season with Emily on it, I would suggest the Rival seasons, I think. When it was
2.
Her and Paula.
Paula, yeah.
And then...
Well, her and Ty in Battle of the X's 1?
Yeah, that was a good season, too. She carried that team. She carried them all the way to 3rd place.
Yeah.
It was great. Emily is one of the best female competitors ever on the show. Not everybody knows about it because she was only on, 4 or 5 seasons.
I want to say she was on 3.
3 seasons.
She got to the final every single time, too.
Yeah.
Undefeated in elimination.
Crazy.
Yep.
She's so awesome. I follow her on Twitter. I love you, Emily. Call me back. What the hell?
How would you feel if tomorrow you find out she blocks you?
Yeah? Well, that means she noticed me. That's a win. Yeah. I'm okay being blocked.
All right. Well, you know what? Emily's back. And you know what? God damn it. She was supposed to be here before. Next, Zach. He's a champion. You like him. I don't as much.
I used to like him, but every time I've seen him the last couple times, he's been a dud. Therefore, I'm not as excited about him as I used to be.
Back in the day, though, you were just like, this is the guy, or at least he's up there, right? He could be a... I mean, he won his first season. That's why he's on this list.
Battle of the Seasons, yeah.
Battle of the Seasons.
And then Free Agents, he was good until the final, where he sucked. And then, what was the last season we saw him on? It was Rivals 3, wasn't it?
No.
They're not Rivals 3, it was a...
Battle of the X's 2?
No, there was one after that where he came there with Jenna. Invasion, yeah.
Invasion of the Champions.
He was there in Invasion, and it was just... He didn't do much, and he was... I don't know, he just did nothing, so it was kind of lame.
Yeah. He got there you go. But he's back. And
yeah, Zach's great though. He's super strong. He rivals CT with brute strength. He's a likable guy.
He's up there with CT, but I don't think he rivals him.
I don't know. When he pops that shirt off, you'll start disagreeing.
Shirt popping going on. But you know what? Who else is on this? Now, this is where the champs starts to dilute. It's no longer strictly champions now because Jenna. Holy shit! Hold on, it's just dawned on me. Jenna, what? Why did we go to Jenna?
I don't know. There's. Corey? I thought we were doing guys. Yeah.
We already talked about Emily and Ashley.
Why did we forget about Corey?
It
was weird. You did like.
He's on the list.
You did like.
Look, we already covered women. We already covered Ashley, Emily, Jenna, and now you're like, what? Where the fuck?
I know, but I feel like we did all of the guys, but we forgot Corey.
Even though this is a visual medium right now, Dave, you're still not using the visual properly. They don't see that picture. You're just like, what about that? I'm like, what? All right,
there's a picture that we're looking at on the TV that's right behind the camera that has the entire cast on it as a visual aid.
Okay.
Breaking the third wall.
We'll get to Corey. I trust you. Okay. I trust you. Trust me. I trust that you trust me. Jenna.
I'm glad that you trust me.
Jenna is on the list. Now, you're right. I should have started with Corey. Corey is on the list, but he's only been a finalist. He hasn't won. So now we know that the champs isn't legit. The title, it's just there to sell a crowd, I guess. Right?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You could have said challengers versus stars. That's what you could have said. You could have said challengers, right?
But challengers kind of sounds like you're trying to be a winner, but you're not a winner.
Right. Okay. Well, the champs doesn't apply. I think this time they're like people that have been in the final as well. Finalists. Yeah. To me, that's not a champ.
They were booked into a corner. They wanted to be champs, and then they called up Laurel. She said no.
She said no once again.
Yeah. They called up.
They're like, God damn it! And then they call up Ashley Kay, and then she's like, they're like, what? Could you put Dario on the phone?
Oh my god! I was on Instagram, and there's just a picture of Ashley, or a video of Ashley Kay and Dario. This was like 4 days ago, and they're just pawing at each other and like making out.
Oh my gosh! No, you see. I want to hate Dario, awesome. But I've always liked him. And the fact that he landed Ashley Kay, I'm like, good on you.
I like him now.
You couldn't beat Tony in elimination, but
their personalities, like no personalities for either of them. They're all just looks and glamour and muscles, and I'm like, it's a good fit.
Yeah, and that's what Dario's saying. Like, that's a good fit. You know what I mean? Even though it's shallow as shit, that works for me because I'm shallow as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, is that what? You lost me there. Then you got me back.
All right. Anyways,
but whatever. They're not all champs, but yeah, we get it. Whatever.
But okay, I say Corey. We know for sure he's not a champ, especially on season 30, because he lost the redemption, right?
Yep.
Jenna's on the list, but we don't know if she doesn't win season 30.
Is Jenna gonna win the Dirty 30?
Who knows? Who fucking knows, right?
That's awesome.
She could win. But she's also a finalist. If they were to just be a little bit more clear on the definition, Jenna totally deserves it because she's been a finalist. You know, she's been a finalist all except Invasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, Jenna's on the fucking list. Probably because I feel like we're being force-fed this Zach-Jenna relationship. I'm not into it.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
shit.
That's exactly how I don't know.
No, they're not going to do that again, are they?
I'm pretty sure.
God
I mean,
damn.
why not?
One of them better get eliminated episode 1. That's all I'm going to say because
Zach.
I do not want to watch them.
I vote Zach.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to choose, I would choose Zach to lose. But that, or I could just see Zach immediately like flirting with one of the chicks to like piss off Jenna. And then Jenna gets sad and
better
pouty.
Not flirt with Michelle. Dave, he's not going to do it, is he? I'll find him right now, the piece of shit. Come here. I
I broke my TV, Dave. Can you hear the electricity? I should have chucked something at the TV. Start throwing remote controls.
All right. Anyways, Jenna, we mentioned Corey. He's been a finalist. He's been a finalist twice, right?
Yeah.
Bloodlines, Invasion.
Corey is the oddball out, I feel like, for the guys, because obviously he hasn't won a final. And also, he kind of just disappoints overall. Like, you'll see flashes of athleticism, and I think greatness is overstating it, but, like, quality stuff. You'll see some of that from Corey, but overall, you're kind of always left disappointed with Corey's performances.
He's mostly good for, like, the dramatic parts of television.
He's good with sleeping with hot chicks.
He better not sleep with Michelle. Goddamn, I'll kick his fucking ass. I swear to God.
You know what? You have real reason to be worried there because Corey has pulled down some seriously hot tail.
Yes, God damn it.
Oh no, Anissa's there. Are they gonna get?
Anissa will just distract. No, she'll just distract Corey, right? Like he'll. No, wait. He didn't sleep with Anissa this season. He slept with Camilla. So Anissa, that poll isn't there necessarily as you think it is. Okay. Anyways, Anissa's here. Let's talk about Anissa. She's here. We don't know if she doesn't come back from redemption twice and win the whole thing. We don't know.
That's true. I don't see her getting through Brittany and Cara.
And Jemmy. No, she can get through Jemmy. Yeah. But Brittany, Cara, and then
I don't know. Anissa's not gonna win.
So she's just here because she's a finalist, like Corey, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically, no one else would return their phone calls, and they're like, well, we'll get Anissa. Sorry.
And I would begrudgingly say that Anissa has caused up enough drama to validate her being casted, right?
Yeah. No? Yeah, right? She has. I mean, she's been amazing. She's run a bunch of seasons, and Veronica didn't want to be on there, so then they're like, okay, Anissa, you're the replacement.
Yeah, that's weird. But, like, again, with Zach and Jenna, Corey and Anissa, they always have a thing. Yeah. They always have a thing.
It was weird. Did you see him this year in Dirty 30 when they were both in the redemption house? And, like, Corey and Anissa kind of go on, like, a double date. Then there was a third chick who was Marie. She's just, like, the third wheel.
Well, it wouldn't be a double date if she was...
Or not a double date, but they were just a duo. Yeah. And then Marie's the third wheel. She's like, oh, gosh, these guys are... And they're just, like, going on carriage rides and, like, holding each other's hands. That's right, yeah. I was just so repulsed because Anissa, you can do better. Corey, you can do better. Like, I don't like it from either of their perspectives.
Yeah. No, I mean...
Because Corey's a man whore. Anissa is annoying as shit.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose.
Okay, so this picture that... Let's address this now. The picture that we're looking at was the poster from... I don't even know what website it was from. But, anyways, it shows 10 stars and then 10 champions. Actually, no, 9 champions. There's 5 dudes there, but there's only 4 chicks there. So someone's not pictured. Dave wondered, does Anissa count for 2 women? And I said, Dave, that is in poor taste. That's what I said. And then I shut down the laptop. I'm like, good day, sir. I said good day. But, question. So now, there's some confusion. I'm not really sure which is right, but the more I think about it, I think one's going to be right, and then the other person's going to replace that person immediately. So let's go through it.
What? What is it? I don't know what that means. Someone's going to replace someone?
Yes. Now, when I first heard of this list, there was no Camilla there. There was just those girls, and then there was spoilers. If you don't want to know, this could affect this season, right?
Okay.
So don't listen for the next 15 seconds. Spoilers. It's Tori. She's going to be a replacement somehow during the season, right? For the champs team, right? Okay. But meanwhile, there's a picture of Camilla. People are saying that Camilla's on this thing. So I'm guessing Camilla comes there, perhaps late. Maybe her visa messed up or something like that, right? and then she does something stupid, gets kicked out, then Tori comes in to replace her.
Well, why would she have to show up late? Couldn't she just show up on time and then get replaced?
Whatever. I'm just saying, like, okay. I think Camilla... No, because I think she's late because she's not pictured in this thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a valid thought, and I like that.
Oh, my God. Or Camilla shows up on time, like you said, does something fucked up within the first 8 seconds of the show, kicked out, then they're like, we gotta take a fucking picture, and Mike the Miz is like, God damn it, I don't have time for this shit, you know what I mean? All of a sudden he's like Danny Glover with a weapon, too old for this shit, or shit like that, you know? And they take a picture, and then they're like, okay, well, whatever, send it out to People Magazine and shit like that, you know? And then Tori shows up, and she's like, oh my God, I've looked the best I've ever looked. I look hot, my face is clear, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? My hair is great, my nails are done. And they're like, oh, we already took the picture. Sorry, Tori.
Okay. That's cool to me. I have not heard anything about Tori showing up.
Yeah?
I've not heard that.
Oh, really? Did I just ruin something? I did say spoilers. Did I not?
Yeah, you said it like 8 times.
And you just included the name that I just said, don't listen for the next 15 seconds, and then you throw
But you just said it like 20 seconds before me. Yeah, you did. And I was like, it's been like 45 seconds.
You know me, I'm always trying to throw shade just to cover my own ass legally and shit like that.
Okay, well, let me get to my point here. It's very important.
All right.
I haven't heard about Tori being a replacement, but that's cool if she is. But yes, Camilla is supposed to be the 5th girl. She was there for a time, and then she's gone. So obviously, I think she did something fucked up, and then whether she gets replaced or not, you know, it sounds like she will be. I've heard rumors on why she was replaced.
What? Let's break this shit because we don't know. Let's break it.
All right. Tell me. This is what I've seen on Twitter, on random Twitter conversations. Is in the new season, Vendettas, you were just mentioning earlier tonight that a certain person isn't on Vendettas. Her name is Jenna. Why is Jenna not on Vendettas? Because Jenna's been on almost all the seasons lately.
Yeah.
Jenna broke her foot on this season.
What?
That's a spoiler. Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah.
That's not what I asked.
Jenna breaks her foot and Camilla gets sent home. So Camilla did something fucking crazy and hurt Jenna.
Whoa. Is that
what you're saying? That's why they did this poster with Camilla not even on it. Like, it sounds to me, and it sounds like people on the internet, that Camilla is basically like Kenny and Evan. Like, she is gone from the challenge and she'll never be back.
Is Camilla on season 31? Because Jenna isn't, but she isn't.
She isn't. It sounds like Camilla does something super fucked up, and she's never coming back.
That is fucked up, man. That is how Camilla would burn brightly and out of our lives. You know what I mean? Like, she's too crazy to settle down. Like, I remember Invasion of the Champions. You were just like, Camilla, you're growing as a person. You're blah blah blah. And I'm like, not a single part of me really relaxed and said, that's probably right. No, though I'm on edge. I know people like Camilla where they're troubled. That's them. That's why they're cast every single time. And good thing that she's good. That's awesome. But she would have been cast anyways because she's that sort of crazy where like, oh my God, I got the shit on fucking film. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is crazy, man. Look at this shit.
That's her selling point. Camilla is a great competitor, but she's batshit crazy. And it's weird because it seemed like she started to tone down a little bit when it was like on Invasion. And then on Dirty 30, her whole thing with Leroy, where she got super racist. Yeah. And that was just like, well, I've seen you go crazy, but not quite in this way. And then her going to this season doing something crazy.
Well, Champs vs. Pros, wasn't it the same thing with her? She was a little... I mean, isn't she always that? Just annoying? Did she have a Camilla Nader moment? Level. Does she have a Camilla Nader moment?
I don't think so. Not that I recall. I mean, I'm sure she goes bonkers at one point, but like the way she did on Dirty 30 with Leroy, where like they edited some of it out, so like the TV audience didn't see all of it and everything she said.
Yeah.
And then for her to not make the poster, like, Camilla, you're on the outs.
Yeah, that's MTV completely washing their hands of the whole situation. They're like, Camilla, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sure we're gonna lose a huge part of the Brazilian audience because isn't she Brazilian? Right?
Yeah, I don't feel like she's that big of a draw for
she's
Brazil.
She's the fucking.
Is she Jose Aldo? I don't think so. I don't think people in Brazil are tuning in just for her.
Anderson Silva. Is she the Anderson Silva? Like, she gets that sort of numbers?
No.
No? You don't think so?
No, not from Brazil. Okay. I don't feel like Brazilians are claiming Camilla as one of their own. Really? They're like, no, she's this crazy white girl from America. She's a girl without a race. Let's admit it. Like, she claims that she's Brazilian. People here think she's Mexican or something, or Latina.
I don't think anyone else thinks that but you, Dave. But
there's probably... Well, it's valid, though. Because I don't think anybody wants to claim Camilla as their own, and I don't think she has a fan base that follows her.
Right.
I think some people are like, oh yeah, Camilla, you're great. And it's like, yeah, well, congratulations. This is the first season you're watching. Because if you've seen her other shit, you'll see how terrible she is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a person, she's terrible. As a person.
Yeah.
But
in eliminations, when she beat Laurel, like, that was like, holy shit. Like, I always thought she was a good competitor, and that really showed that she was a great competitor.
That's like Bisping versus Silva. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah.
Right? You say Laurel's past her prime?
No, I'm just saying it was a weird win. It was a weird win from a disenfranchised Silva / Laurel, right? Laurel was just like gone for some reason. She's like
too she was facing the Camilla Maria. She gave up.
No, not at all. I can't believe you're standing up for her after you just destroyed her, saying like no one wants to touch her. She's off the season and shit.
Well, yeah, because of her personality and who she is.
That's true. That's true. Mayweather, he's one of the best boxers,
good example.
But an asshole. Mm-hmm. Camilla is an asshole. All right. Okay. All right. Next, let's talk about the fucking stars. Let's get on to that subject. Right?
I know 2 of them. No, 3 of them. I know 3 of them.
I've made a list. Let's follow it this way. T.O. Short for Terrell Owens?
Yeah. Don't call him Terrell Owens. He'll get pissed. It's
brother
Terrell.
Of Owen Wilson? No, that's not possible. It's simply not possible. So, wait, don't call him what? He's T.O. That's all I remember him. The first time I ever heard of T.O. was a commercial with Bam Margera for a deodorant commercial. But I'm sure you've heard of him long before that as a wide receiver for the NFL, right? Correct?
The year was 1998. It was the NFC wildcard game. It was 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers.
98? That's how far back he goes?
That was his rookie year in the NFL.
Holy shit. 98. So he's been in the game for almost a decade? Wait.
How long do you think a decade is, Vince?
No, for me, I'm old. So to me, it is 2008. You know what I mean? Swear to God. That's how I think right now. But
how old do you think a decade, or how long?
Well, clearly I know what a decade is. If I'm like back in 98 and I think it's 2008, clearly it's 10 years. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, as an old person, I forgot that it's 2017.
So you think he's been playing for 2 decades?
Don't make me do this. Not now, man.
No, that's a valid question because he's been retired for a very fucking long time. He played like a decade.
And then, so he's been retired for a decade? If my math is correct? Wait,
at least 5 years. Well, probably 5 years. Well, more than 5 years. He's been irrelevant since like 2009.
But until then, he was relevant, right? He was on people's minds in the NFL,
1998.
Right?
His rookie year, from Packers versus 49ers in the wild card game. The Packers were winning the game. They had gone to the Super Bowl the 2 previous years. Or maybe this was 99 instead of 98. But last drive of the game, you got Steve Young going on the field. They got one last chance. It's like 4th down. Drops back to pass. Steve Young just gets away from Reggie White and he chucks the ball in the middle of the end zone. Terrell Owens catches the winning touchdown pass, and he gets smashed. Like Darren Sharper smashes into him, much like he did to a lot of his victims, Darren Sharper. But
Oh.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have gone there. But Terrell Owens won the game, and he killed myself as a Packer fan. And I hated him ever since. That was his rookie year. And I've hated Terrell Owens ever since.
Wow.
He went on from the 49ers to play with the Philadelphia Eagles. He went to a Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb in 2004, 2003.
Wow.
Against the Patriots. And then he went to the Cowboys. He had a good couple years there.
You don't like either of those teams?
No, I hate every single team he's played for.
Holy shit! So now he's here. He's on the Stars team right away. Are you siding with the champs? Because to me, I sided with the champs last time.
Yeah.
I had nothing against the pros, but with these Stars, I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? Right now, I would say T.O. is rightfully first because he was physical at one point. He's fought with the elite in the world. So if old man strength exists at all, it's with him, right?
Well,
because to us, to MTV, Terrell Owens is old, right?
He's like 43 or something. I don't think it's that old.
That's older than Mark Long in Battle of the Exes 1 because he was 40. So how old is he?
3 years is not a long time. I'm guessing 43.
Terrell Owens, 43.
Yeah. Should I Google
Please look that up because I put him first because I'm like, listen, I know he's popular because he was a heel, right? Wasn't he an NFL heel?
Basically? Oh, yeah. He got traded from every team because he would piss off the entire team. He was known as a locker room cancer, where if he got into your locker room, he was just going to destroy it, and there was so much media circus around him because all he would do is bitch and complain. They didn't throw him the ball enough.
So, oh my god. Okay, so for a moment there, I thought the reason why you didn't like him is because he just happened to fight on the teams that you didn't like. No, you just didn't like him personally either, right?
Yeah, I didn't like him as a person, and I didn't like him for the teams he played for as well. Terrell Owens, how old did I say he was?
43?
That was correct. He was 43.
Nice. Wow.
Nailed it. I was told guess and I was right.
Anyways, he's on the show. For some reason, I'm okay with it. I'm like, no. I mean, remember the last two NFL players that was on Champs vs. Pros? They were good. The one guy, sure, he was eliminated.
Cameron Wembley. And then Sean Merriman.
Who was at the end? Cameron. That was Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron at the end.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he got a second place. He beat West for second, man.
Yeah. Well, he's an NFL. He's one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. It makes sense.
Can we say this real quick? How sad it is that no pros are returning this season?
Yeah. Where's Lolo?
Where's Lolo? Where's
Luis? Luis.
Oh,
CM Punk. No way.
Where's
Luis and Lolo both needed to come back. Lindsay could have came back.
Yes, Lindsay.
For the guys, that one gay dude who was talking to Cara Maria could have came back. I forget his name. He was alright though.
Yeah.
Who are the other guys? Just Sean and Cam, like the two NFL players.
There was two snowboarders. There was CM Punk. There was two NFL players. For the women, there was Lolo, Lindsay,
Louise, the short little surfer chick that was cute.
Oh my God! Who? Tia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God! Yes. Why didn't she come back?
You know what it was?
You know what it was? It was fucking waves, man. The waves. They push you out to see, not to you. You know what I mean? The waves pushed her away from me, not to me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Sometimes the tide rolls in and sometimes the tide rolls out. That is life.
I said this because she's a surfer. Did I mention that?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right, okay, good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your reference wasn't lost on me, but I'm sure it was lost with the audience.
She was a surfer. She wasn't Soul Surfer. She didn't get her arm bit off and made a movie about it. There you go. But had that been the case, she could have been the Jordan of females, man. A real chip on their shoulder, man. The Jordan of females. Don't make me spoil.
Oh, you're talking about Michael Jordan. Okay.
The Michael Jordan of females.
I was like, I don't think she had 6 championships.
The Michael Jordan of females. She'll stick her tongue out a lot and let her grow a Hitler mustache.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever sells those Hanes underwear.
Sell those Hanes, tagless Hanes.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm wearing Hanes right now. Tagless, too. Thank you.
My underwear.
Thank you, MJ. And yes, Michael Jackson. Get him in there. Get him in there. Squeak him in there.
Moving on.
Terrell Owens. Let's get off Terrell Owens. Let's get on someone more important. Let's put her in a fucking... put her in guard? No, get her to put us in full guard, right?
Yeah,
motherfucker. Michelle Waterson of the UFC. Michelle Waterson. I'm not going to say I've been a fan of her forever, but I just remember when she fought Paige Van Zandt. Zandt?
It's irrelevant. Her Paige Van Zandt's fighting ability is irrelevant, so how you pronounce her name is irrelevant as well. She just likes to go online and take selfies and like, oh, I'm hot. And it's like, yeah, but you can't fight, so the UFC is not the place for you.
Well, okay. Well, I regret, bringing that up for Michelle Waterson because I feel like Michelle Waterson is legit. And for sure, because she was a Invictus champion for a while. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
At, I think it was flyweight.
Atom weight, I think.
Atom weight. It was really tiny.
Like 105. Yes. Now she fights strawweight, which was 115.
That's
but Waterson, that was the first fight that I saw Michelle Waterson in, was against Paige Van Zandt, and she chokes her out in like the first round.
And she blew up.
It was just she destroyed Paige Van Zandt. It was amazing.
Yeah.
She's the karate hottie, is her nickname. Did we mention that?
The karate, yes, and totally appropriate. She even has a kid, right? And her coach, the person in her corner, is her husband.
Yeah.
And she kisses him after the fight.
Does that make you upset?
Despite those two factors, I'm still like, oh my god, she's still hot. You know what I mean? That takes a lot. I feel like those are mental hurdles to be like this.
Because a chick is a kid, that's a mental hurdle for
no, not just that, but she's clearly happily married with her husband, who's also a huge support in her life in terms of fighting. You know what I mean? Right. Like I would try and get in that way. I'm like, oh wait, so your husband doesn't approve of your fighting? That's not right. Because I do. You know what I mean? Okay. That would be my... But that's not provided this time.
Well, maybe he's using his position of power, as her coach to force her into things she doesn't want to do. Maybe she doesn't want to have a kid with him. Maybe she doesn't want to fight at
the son of a bitch. Where is he? I will fucking destroy him.
I heard his name is Harvey.
Harvey?
Yeah, that's his first name.
Harvey Weinstein? That son of a bitch.
That was the reference.
Oh my god, that is so horrible and irrelevant. As soon as you heard Harvey...
he was using his position of power to make her do things she didn't want.
That bastard. Okay, well, let's get off... Oh, first of all, I just want to say... Michelle Waterson, fan. Challenge, fan. These two together, I never would have thought to begin to dream about that. I didn't realize that this would happen so quickly, or whatever. But it's happening. It's great.
And what's cool about it is last season they had a UFC representative in CM Punk.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And CM Punk had one UFC fight, but it was only because he was in wrestling before in WWE. Like he got destroyed. Like he's not really a legit fighter. Michelle Waterson is a legit mixed martial artist.
Yes.
She is a legit killer, and if she was to get into a fight, a legit street fight with any of these chicks, she would destroy him. And as I'm looking at the guys, she would probably destroy all of them except for maybe CT or Zach because of their size. Like Michelle Waterson in a fight with Johnny Bananas. Johnny Bananas is going to sleep and he's going to tap out. Against Wes, sorry Wes, you got no chance. Like Waterson could kick all of their asses. And that's why it's great.
I would love to see her just versus the women. I mean, her and Emily rolling around in the clinch, wherever, even hitting each other, blooding each other up, blood, cuts all over their face, teeth missing. You know what I mean? Crying, tears. That would still be amazingly hot. Why does it have to be
so violent, man?
Mucus.
I'd rather
there's
them
mucus
just
there. They're throwing up on each other and shit. There's vomit. That's great.
Can't they just
broken
be covered
bones.
In baby
broken
oil
bones.
and massaging each other?
Sure, baby oil, but it stings the cuts, right? It stings the scrapes? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, that's hot. That is really hot. Let's get that happening.
I just want it to be a nice pillow fight. Maybe some lingerie. Maybe some candlelight.
Can the lingerie
be Barry Manilow?
Can the lingerie be ill-fitting?
Oh, yes. That was implied. Did I not mention that? Ill-fitting lingerie, of course.
I'm not saying too tight necessarily. I'm saying loose. So, like, maybe it gets caught in a branch and you're like hung like that or something like
that. You're going dark again. I want to keep this nice. I want to see puppies and kittens.
It never occurred to me that I tend to get dark and I'm like, oh shit, this is on video this time. Damn it. See, this is why I want to be able to have editing. I want Final Cut, man. I'm not going to sign off on this unless I get Final Cut.
This is going on the internet. You have no choice.
Oh, goddamn. All right, let's move on to the next one. It's a female, Shawn Johnson. I think she's the tiny chick in the middle right there.
Oh, the little one?
Olympic gymnast. Being tiny doesn't matter because remember, Tia was a really short surfer chick, but she fucking... It didn't matter. You know?
All gymnasts are super short.
That's right. They have to be, right? Like, that's the ideal gymnast right there. Where they're short, you hook them when they're young, when their bones are still, like, bendable and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Well, that's part of it. There's actually a science to it. If you start doing gymnastics when you're, like, 5 or 6 years old and you do it all the way through your teen years, where you hit puberty and you should start growing... If you're a gymnast, you actually don't grow as tall because all of the impacts affect your bones and how they grow. So most gymnasts, they usually only top out at like 5'3". Most of them are 5'1", and it's actually because of the physical stuff they're doing with their bodies that kind of stunts their growth.
Wow.
And this is not 100% science, but it's basically, if you look at all the gymnasts that are in the Olympics, they're all super short. So there's a lot of science there. And you can Google it. I had no idea about this, but there's actually articles online. There's tons of stuff you can read about it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing that if you do gymnasts, you're going to end up being shorter.
She's shorter than Michelle Watterson, and Michelle Watterson is short. She is in the smallest weight division in the UFC, right? What is it, 125? Oh, I don't know how tall she is at all. You want to look that up too? Yes.
Let's guess it. See who's right. I'm gonna say she is 5'4".
No way. I want to say she's 5'2".
I have a feeling we're probably closer. 5'3", right in the middle.
Oh, 5'3".
Okay, so yeah, Shawn Jordan.
Oh, Shawn Jordan. No, Shawn Johnson.
Shawn Johnson.
Olympic
she's probably
gymnast.
Like 4'11".
Olympic gymnast. That means, you know what? Is it current? They don't say like ex gymnast, but Olympic level. That's huge. I say put her on that team. Good. You know.
Yeah, they had Olympians with Lolo.
I was gonna say our champs. You know, we got to defeat our champs, but like they're not champs. But yeah, Olympic gymnast. That's cool. I like that. Next, we have Kim Glass, Olympic volleyball, right next to the Miz, right there.
Yeah, the tall one.
Oh yeah, super tall. Olympic volleyball. I was gonna say basketball. Didn't we have that one basketball chick, the WWE and shit? She's just as tall, I want to say, but it's volleyball. And I want to say, what's more demanding, basketball or volleyball? Basketball, right?
Basketball, but volleyball is more demanding with the attire they have to wear because they're like on a beach. Is this beach volleyball or just indoor volleyball?
You ever watch that shit? At the Olympic, even at the Olympic level, these women are all like in their late 30s. You ever see it? Oh, well, at least the team that were winning. At least when I was watching, I'm like, they're still in great shape, but when you look at their faces, they're clearly not. They're not young anymore. You know what I mean? But they've been playing forever. They're at that level, and they're I'm just like, yeah, man. Like, talk about Olympic butterface. You know what I mean?
I was never looking at their faces at all. It was just the thighs and the booty.
Don't be blissfully unaware.
Yeah, it was like I was in a KFC drive-thru. I was just looking at the original recipe thighs.
All right. Well, anyways, Kim Glass, Olympic volleyball. Next is another female, Ariane Andrew, aka Cameron from the WWE. She's over there, second to the right.
She was on the same reality TV show that The Miz was once on.
Total Divas?
No.
Huh?
Well, yeah, she was on that.
She's on Total Divas, right?
But she was on. It's like The Ultimate Fighter, but it's
for
WWE. It's Tough Enough. Yeah,
Tough Enough.
It's called Tough Enough, and that season was hosted by Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was a great season because Stone Cold hosted it.
Yeah.
It probably sounds like I'm about to say that she won the season, but no, she did not win it. Stone Cold was like, "You don't have the heart for it. You're out of here." And like Stone Cold like ripped her and told her to get the hell off the show, and he kicked her off, and it was like, "Yeah, Stone Cold, you suck, Cameron." And she used to be a cheerleader or something at some point, somewhere, or some kind of dancer. Right, so then they hired her on as a wrestler, in quotation marks. She did wrestle some matches, poorly, I might add. And Jesus. She was kind of just there as her and Naomi were like a tag team. Naomi did all the wrestling, and then they would dance a lot.
Naomi though? She's actually somewhere, right? She's gotten somewhere, right?
Yeah, she's
way more than her. Right?
Current SmackDown champion, unless she's lost it like the last month or two. Yeah. Wow. Who did she beat for it? Carmella?
Was it Belly?
Bella?
Really? She beat Bella for the fucking...
I was trying to finish your sentence. No, she didn't beat her.
Bailey.
Belly
to Bailey?
No, she's I don't know. I think she hurt her shoulder. I don't even know if she's on TV right now.
So what you're getting is that you're not really excited.
No, she was a terrible WWE superstar. She was a washout. Sorry.
So you're saying that like, I don't want you representing WWE, is what you're saying?
No, not at all. I mean, WWE didn't want her representing WWE. That's why they fired her like a year and a half ago. She's been unemployed for a while. This is her first gig in a while. Wow. So good for her on getting a gig on TV. But
you know what that means? She's going to be hungry for the win, right?
I guess. If there's dancing competitions, she's going to nail it. And if there's being a diva competition, I don't know. I'm curious to see how she comes off on TV because I felt like anytime I've seen her in an interview, she seems kind of just shallow. And she does choose her words wisely. Like, she's kind of articulate, but there's not a lot of depth to it. Like, at first, you'll be impressed. You're like, oh, yeah, this is a smart girl. And then you'll be like, no, never mind. There's nothing there.
All right. Well, hey, that's a hot take. That's a hardcore take. That's what we want from Hardcore Dave. Next, we have a male competitor, Romeo Miller, better known as Romeo. He was a rapper back in the day. He's to the far right. Are you familiar with him at all?
No.
No? Oh, come on, you had to have known he was a rapper, right? Kid rapper at best. He was a kid rapper. Like, he was like
the bandana,
Lil Bow Wow, sort of. Sammy.
Sammy?
Yeah. He didn't get as huge as these guys. But yeah, he was like one of those like young rappers.
Is this Lil Romeo?
He might have been a Lil Romeo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lil Romeo?
I don't know. You put Lil in front of any name, I'll be like, yeah, I think I remember that guy.
Anyways, you know what? He's here, and I'm not going to write him off because, you know, if you think about rappers, there's not a lot of fat ones. There's Notorious B.I.G., there's Fat Joe, but 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Eminem, they're all fucking shredded. They're all in shape. You ever notice that?
Well, it's somewhat shredded, somewhat like crack skinny, like Snoop Dogg. Where you're like, well, you don't have any fat on you, but not sure how athletic you're gonna be.
He's not in the crack. He smokes the ganj. You know that. Stop.
Snoop
Don't even
Dogg?
front. Don't even. Yeah. Snoop Dogg. That's all he does is smoke weed. He got so high in Jamaica once. He was like, "I'm no longer Snoop Dogg. I'm Snoop Lion." Yeah, that's a true story.
But I'm saying
he released what's their type of music? Reggae. He released a reggae CD.
Hell yeah, that's awesome for Snoop Dogg. All I'm saying is, if you saw someone and you're like, they're crack skinny, Snoop Dogg is skinnier than that person.
Wow. All right.
He is. Have you seen Snoop Dogg? He's like bones. He's so skinny, it's crazy.
Well, Romeo Miller, he's on there. When was the last time he had a hit? I have no idea, but he's on the challenge all of a sudden.
Should I pull up a song of his?
Oh, no. Hey, go ahead.
It'll get us
yanked from YouTube. Yeah. Let's carry on. Josh Murray, a male, Bachelorette.
Which one is? I'm guessing
he's
the one next to
Terrell Owens. Yes.
Okay, because I was like, the other two don't look like Bachelorette material.
Now, you're a bit of a fan of The Bachelor, right? Or Bachelorette? Which one is it? No?
The Bachelor.
Okay.
I like it when there's one dude and 20 chicks.
All right. Yeah.
If there's one chick and 20 dudes, no, not for me.
I was intimidated.
But The Bachelor has the one dude and then the 20 chicks chasing him. So I've watched The Bachelor.
But this is The Bachelorette. So he's just one of the many guys who are like in line, right? Just waiting to get at that shit. But apparently it also says he was also a minor league baseball player, which is good because, again, I want the champs to win, but I also want there to be some competition. So minor league baseball player, thank you.
I guess there are thousands and thousands of people in this country who are minor league baseball players. It's not an elite group.
Am I minor league?
You could have been.
Yeah?
You could have been. You worked on that swing a little bit.
Should I have applied myself? Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps.
Should I have made it there? Had I just...
got off my ass? If you would have played catch a little bit more.
Oh, well, Dad was over there, so.
Oh. Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks for bringing that shit up. God damn it. All right. Anyways, Josh Murray,
so bachelor dude who is a baseball player. I mean, minor.
I wonder if he won. Could he have won? Would he be here if he won?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was he a bachelor or bachelorette?
Do you get money if you win, or is it just true love?
Was he the actual bachelor? Was he the
No, he was on Bachelorette.
So maybe he won Bachelorette.
Okay. All right.
Perhaps. Yeah. I don't know. But ultimately, he's a minor league baseball player. We have Terrell Owens, who's like a Pro Bowler and played in the Super Bowl, you know? Never won one, though.
Yeah, but he's at that level. He's a finalist, right? He's not a champ, he's a finalist.
Yeah.
Fucking lame as shit. Alright, next we have another male. Riff Raff. He's a rapper. He's that guy in the middle. He's the weird looking one.
Are those sunglasses, or is that just the way his eyes look?
Yeah, he kind of looks like that alien from Star Wars where she takes the goggles off. He's got like those tiny little butthole eyes and shit. Yeah.
Oh my god, they do look like buttholes. So I couldn't stop looking at the wrinkly skin around there. Oh.
Riff Raff. The only reason why I know about him is because James Franco impersonated him basically as a character in a movie with some other women in it. God damn it, what was it called? Summer Break or something like that. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, he's an interesting fellow. He was on I think he was on a show. It was either MTV or VH1, something like that. I would imagine MTV. It was called From G's to Gents. So, it was a reality TV show.
I love the name of it. I'm sure it was trash though, but I love the name of it.
So he's comfortable being on reality TV, not necessarily athletic, but again, going back to the rapper thing, you don't see a fat rapper very often, and if they are fat, they get shot by Tupac. Am I right?
That's true. You gotta be, if you're a rapper, you have to be a small target. I mean, stand slim. You know?
Slim Shady. All right.
Exactly.
Next, female, Justina Valentine. She's the redhead chick on the far right.
Yeah, this chick is hot.
She's a rapper or a wannabe rapper.
She's a rapper?
She's on Wild 'N Out. You know what Wild 'N Out is?
No.
It's like Whose Line Is It Anyways on MTV with Nick Cannon.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But yeah, she does look hot, doesn't she?
Yeah, I don't know. The Cara Maria hair is something that I'm a fan of.
Oh my god, I never thought about that.
So I like that. She does kind of have a mean scowl on her face.
Yeah, but that's that hood thing. Because she's a rapper again.
She's a rapper?
Yeah.
Why isn't this Champs versus Rappers? For God's sake, there's 3 of them.
Champs versus
I'm
rappers.
sure T.O. could freestyle something. I'm sure freaking Cameron could too. Oh,
finally, Matt Rife. Matt Rife is a comedian, and he's the second to the right.
He?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I was a little confused. He looked very gender neutral.
Matt Rife, comedian / Wild 'N Out. Again, actor.
So this is another MTV show. So they're like the Are You the Ones of the Stars team, right? They just picked them up from a different MTV show.
So, again, I love Champs versus Pros. Now that we have all the cast or whatever, and the possible cast, I love Champs versus Pros. It revived my love for the show overall because it was dipping. It was seriously fucking dipping, and then I'm like, oh, awesome, and it reinvigorated me so much that I loved Dirty 30 for a long time until suddenly I'm like, all right, it wears off. This is the honeymoon phase is over, or whatever you want to call it. No, it would be something else. When you reinstate your vows, when a couple are like, oh God, we have nothing in common anymore, and the kids are almost grown, and they're all out of the nest. This is an empty nest. We just have each other now. There's nothing here. Let's just reinstate our vows. It's not reinstate. What is it called? It's
I've been trying to think of it, but I can't think of it either.
I can't remember it, but it's a desperate act. Desperate.
And a couple weeks later, it's just gonna go back to the way it was.
Right. So, and that's
it's
exactly
an old,
what
worn
happened.
out shoe.
Oh, totally. That's exactly what happened. No soul. Worn out shoe. No soul. And that's what it was. I need something there, and eventually peering into the eyes, which are the windows to the soul of MTV, the TV screen. I'm like, you know what? Even in HD, nothing is happening here. Sure, I like some shit, but overall, I'm like, the show is just all over the place. It's too quirky. You know what I mean? It's too obsessed with being some sort of pixie girl in a movie. Like, picture Natalie Portman.
I don't know what you're talking about. God, you lost me like 5 minutes ago. Okay.
As soon as
Natalie Portman as a green pixie.
As soon as the show is over, when I put down my notes, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, so I just went off.
No, it's fine. Continue.
No, I'm just saying, Champs versus Pros made me love the entire franchise again, and then it wore off, and now this is back. Will it bring this shit back to life? Because right now, Dirty 30.
I mean, to reenact like a moment with like Wes and Bananas and like Lolo and the other girl, the British chick, Louise.
Louise, yeah.
Some of that stuff, that's not going to happen, and I think it's kind of putting our expectations a little high for that to happen. But we need to look at it from a different perspective. Like, we have The Miz as the host, and with The Miz as the host, this show is going to be entertaining, whether the eliminations or any of that stuff is crap, because The Miz is going to elevate it.
All right.
He's going to make it entertaining. Like, he's going to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. So no matter what happens, it's going to be good.
Right.
And plus, Wes being there, even if he doesn't have something with Bananas, Wes is going to, as long as he's there, he's going to be entertaining.
Right.
Emily, as long as she's there, she's going to be impressive in the missions, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine her not getting to the final.
The best girl on the Champs team, right?
Oh, yeah. By far.
Second would be...
It'll be
Ashley or Jenna? Which one? That's close. Those two are like really close to each other, I feel. It's weird.
That's a matchup I'd love to see. Oh my God. Right?
And that's what it's going to be. Because we didn't have Pros versus Pros after they lost a mission or whatever. It was... Wait,
Champs
we
versus Champs.
we did have
Pros
each other
Pros.
versus each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, they never fought each other until
they call
the
it
final.
Champs versus Pros, but then they never faced each other, so it was weird.
Yeah.
But
Just in the missions. That's it.
yeah.
But we want to see eliminations. That's the main thing. Do you think they change it this season? Probably not, right?
I doubt it.
Yeah, there's no way.
We'll get to see Camilla do some crazy shit. Apparently, she'll never be back.
She's gonna hurt Jenna.
I have the X-rays
You have
on my
X-rays?
phone. Yeah, of Jenna's foot. She has a bunch of hardware like put in under her ankle.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What does she do to her?
It was on. I follow Jenna on Snapchat.
Bear trap? You think to the foot?
Possibly.
Camilla brings in a bear trap.
I mean, it was brutal.
Okay, well, you know what? I gotta say, that's the end of the show, right? I mean,
No, I'm gonna show this X-ray to the people.
I got some more shit I gotta say.
Okay.
Well, just in terms of like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I gotta say about it. I want to say this. How was Vincent Clark, man? to the fullest. The best I could be.
Keep stalling.
Oh, and then, you know what? Fucking check out some other shit that we've produced. Top 10 richest challengers. That's still getting a shitload of hits. And it's not, updated at all. Did I ever tell you that?
No. What is that?
Top 10 richest challengers.
Oh, the highest winners?
Yeah. It's not even relevant anymore. I mean, it is.
I think Wes would be the richest because he owns his own company.
Well, no, not. I'm talking just from Final Money.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I don't want to see the. No, are you close to finding the bones?
You do.
Show me the bones.
It's great. I thought you were gonna stall and talk, but you're not.
No, I need to piss immediately. Gotta go so badly, Dave.
All right, I can't find it.
All right, well maybe we should stop this.
Right.
This was Battle of the Challenges. I can't even call it a podcast. The Battle of the Challenges video.
Let's just call it a show. Battle of the Challenges show.
Battle of the Challenges show with Vincent Cloud
and Hardcore Dave. Do we have to awkwardly shut this up?